Hey there, happy day. Drive a hard bargain to supersize your business. How do you drive a hard bargain to grow and supersize your business? What does this expression mean? This idiom has actually been around since, but it showed up in Greek writing in 950 AD. So it's been around a long, long time. And what do we know about anything that's been around a long, long time? It impacts us. It affects us as human beings, and it affects our thinking, our beliefs, our behavior, and therefore our businesses. And drive a hard bargain showed up. It wasn't until 500 years later or so before it appeared in English. But it means, of course, to negotiate a deal or to strike a bargain, strike an agreement, and make sure that it's usually an agreement to your advantage, but if you're dropping your magnifying glass, but you're making sure that the terms and the conditions are challenging or difficult or tough or hard. And this is really an interesting topic for me because I would be somebody that drives a hard bargain. I drive a hard bargain not only with myself, but in business and in other places. And I never hold people more accountable than I hold myself, but I hold myself to high standards, and therefore I drive a hard bargain. Terms and conditions, as far as being to my benefit, I drive a hard, fair bargain. If it isn't a win-win situation, I don't want to be involved in that agreement or in that business or in that circumstance. I don't believe, and I probably did when I was younger, believed more in the win-lose scenario, and I would drive a much harder bargain back then. It was always of value to people, but I have changed my perspective on that considerably as I've entered the online world, from the offline world to the online world. It's a bit of a different philosophy. It's more about giving, and then you'll receive in return that and so much more, than it is about, driving agreements that are based on really challenging, elements. And I get in real estate, and in real estate businesses, I definitely drove a hard bargain and was willing to walk away from the negotiation or walk away from a deal if I couldn't get my terms met. Now, meeting those terms was always a win for the other person as well, but in that business, in that industry, I definitely drove a much harder bargain and a bargain that was in my best interest, because if I wasn't going to make money on it, I wasn't going to do the deal. And it was more a money-driven thing. What I do online now is much more human being and win-win scenario driven. But when it comes to myself, I always drive a hard bargain. I make a commitment, I set a goal, and I hold myself accountable to that, even if it's hard, even if it's difficult, because that's how I grow and personally develop. And that's how we grow and personally develop our businesses. We hold ourselves accountable to a higher standard than we would maybe hold other people accountable, because then we set up systems and procedures that continuously improve. We set up processes and elements in our businesses and departments and however you structure your business, and we hire the right people and put them in the right positions, and we do what's best for them, but what's also best for us as an entity and for our customers, the people that we serve. So, in any exchange, I always ask myself, how does this transaction make me feel? And I didn't necessarily do that when I was younger, but I do now, because I care more about the integrity of the situation, the integrity of the transaction from a big picture standpoint, than from am I going to get everything I want out of it? So I have to really draw a hard line in the sand and say, I need A, B, C, and D, or I'm not doing the deal. And maybe I say I need A, B, C, and I'm flexible on D, or whatever it is. It doesn't sound very flexible, does it? But I'm a lot more flexible than I used to be. I'm not so pig-headed and stubborn that I think it's my way or the highway. And I don't deal with people that believe that anymore. I used to deal with a lot of people that it was my way or the highway. But I choose not to do that anymore. And I find that my life and my work is a lot less stressful and a lot more fun. And my business grows and grows and grows because of that. Because when we're putting positive energy and the philosophy of everybody winning into our scenario, into our businesses, they automatically grow. Otherwise, we're limiting what we can do. If we have to have all these rules and things have to be a certain way, then the possibility of different solutions is cut off for us. But if we are open-minded and we're like, oh, there's pretty much infinite possibilities and lots of different ways that anything could be done, then we open ourselves up and we set ourselves up for success and the ability to grow and change and morph as the environment and things around us change. And, you know, how does that make you feel? Doesn't it feel good to know that you are doing the right thing and helping other people? It does to me. And that's, I think, why my businesses are a lot more fun to grow than they maybe weren't always that fun to grow in the past. And it felt more like sometimes I was doing what I had to do or should do to survive versus what I wanted to do to create the life that I want. So, do you drive a hard bargain? Give an example in the comments below of a hard bargain that you've driven and how you felt about it. Say, go out, make it an amazing day, and I will, of course, be with you tomorrow with another interesting idiom and how we can use it to supersize and grow our business. Bye.